How did we end up here?
Hey folks, and welcome back to another video. So I've got a jam-packed one for you today. 9 games either coming soon, just released or recently updated. And if you stick around to the end, I've got some news on some cool new tech coming from Canon, just for those VR content creators. First up, we've got Song in Smoke. This was released early October and is available now across Quest and PC VR. It's a game set in a prehistoric time in which you need to be, as our ancestors were, survivalists. There's a crafting system involved, but nothing which is, overcomplicated. There are some super interesting levels, but I do need to spend more time playing them, as I've not come across anything that's too complex quite yet. Being chased by some crazy ass beasts scared the living hell out of me, and that for me provides the game with some real charm. The visual quality on Quest 2 is as you would expect. You will not be disappointed, but you also will not be wowed. Unless of course it's your first time playing VR, then that wow moment will apply. PC VR graphics as always looks pretty stunning at times. I watched a few sunsets which gave me a warm feeling inside. Or so she said. Surviving primeval times is a fun adventure. You're going to face hunger, cold, fatigue, and of course being chased by some equally hungry beasts. Some of these levels though, they seem huge, and that for me makes this a pretty special game due to what could be lurking around the corner. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond is making its way to the Quest. This game is being slimmed down so it can fit on your device, and it's launching later this year. The game didn't get the best press on release, but it is a solid World War II shooter and is a big welcome for Quest users. They are saying it will have both single player and multiplayer mode. Since its release, it's been through a number of updates, especially on the PC, and I think that's looking quite polished these days. So what's this game going to look like on the Quest? Well, that's actually quite a good question. This game's going to take up an eye-watering 45 to 50 gigabytes on your headset. So those of you with a 64 gigabyte model, well, you're really going to need to clean that down because you're not going to have any room to play it otherwise. We probably need to start getting used to large file size games. Oculus I think knows this and probably is a factor in why they increased the entry model to 128 gigabytes. With a file size that large, I have a good feeling you can expect some pretty good graphics coming to the Quest 2. Based on this footage, it appears we could be in safe hands. Who's up for a match on release? Hit me up. That said, those of you who own the Oculus Quest 1, I'm afraid you're out of luck. This game is not going to be available for you. This is certainly becoming a more common trend as developers pull away from the older technology. The price tag for this will be $40 or £, which is 20 less than the PC VR release. There is not a set date for it to come available yet, but you can expect it within Q4 of this year. Lastronauts also has an update coming out. This update is going to provide you with a new map, a new game, and a character mode. It's called Specialist Imperia. They're calling the update the Zariest Heist Update, and it nicely provides cross-play support for the Quest and PC VR. Now this is a super fun game providing 6 vs 6 multiplayer capability alongside 8 specialist roles you can play within the game. I personally really enjoy this one, so the update was a warm welcome. Next up we've got Lone Echo 2, which is coming to PC VR in October. I've been waiting for this game for a very long time, so super psyched for a sequel. Lone Echo was one of the first introductions to VR for me, and it blew me away back then, probably just as much as it does still today. Despite all the advancements in gaming in this platform, there are not many games that still match it. Lone Echo 2 has been plagued with delays, so to hear it has a 12th of October release date gives me a warm feeling inside. I certainly will be the first one at the door, so make sure you like and subscribe to get my first impressions review. For those of you unsure about Lone Echo, it's a sci-fi adventure game set in space where you often float around in zero gravity. This makes for a very fluid gameplay with solid gaming mechanics. You get a true sense of actually floating around in space.
Don't say a word. They can't know you're online. I promise I'll explain everything when I get back.
Resident Evil 4, it's finally making its way to the Quest 2 on October the 21st. What perfect timing to scare the hell out of ourselves on Halloween. Once again folks, those of you with a Quest 1 will be unable to play this game, it's for Quest 2 only. This game has been through a full rework just for virtual reality, and it will allow full play in first person mode. I remember back in the late 90s how much this game terrified me on a TV screen. I'm going to dread to think what my screen is going to be like inside VR. There is still not a great deal of info on this game, but as you can see from the extended trailer, it's looking very nice. Apparently it's got both standing and seated modes. Locomotion options will include teleportation, room scale movement, and smooth forward movement. A full body upper rig allows for dual-handed interactivity. The developer, Armature, says this is going to let you swap out weapons by grabbing them off your body. Based on that extended trailer though, things are going to be running at you, jumping on you, jumping out at you. In short, this game is going to frighten the hell out of you, and I'm going to love every minute of it. Next we've got Unplugged Air Guitar. This is an upcoming rhythm game which makes use of full finger tracking for a rock band like experience. The beauty here is you can get to play an air guitar instead of a plastic thing that they supplied back in 2008? The developer Another Way announced the game's release date for October the 21st on the Oculus Quest. For you PC VR lovers, they also said a version is coming out later this year. I'm interested to try this game for one main reason. I've actually not really seen full finger tracking tech being used really well in games. Most are just prodding things or pinching to open up windows. If I can get a sensation of playing a guitar without actually having a guitar in my hand, then I think it will likely give me a very warm feeling inside. What you're seeing here should look quite familiar, as absolutely this game is building on the old classic Guitar Hero, but now you get to step inside the game. There is no news on if this will be a multiplayer compatible or if that's coming as a new feature in the future, but if you are a fan of the music rhythm games, I think this will be a must try for you. Microsoft Flight Simulator, well, that's been confirmed that an update 6 is coming on October the 19th, and it's going to come with hundreds of improvements to enhance the simulator. This includes changes to a new LOD implementation, which will see trees adjusted and night lighting can be seen from high altitudes. Terrain level of detail will be increased from 200 to 400 for even high draw distances of terrain, houses and trees. Alongside changes to the visuals, the flight model has been improved considerably. This includes snap maneuvering and wake turbulence. This is being done in preparation for the Reno Air Racing DLC that's coming later this year. Overall, Update 6 will see some great improvements. It will also see a range of bugs and issues fixed to make the VR experience more enjoyable. Once you've got Update 6, you haven't really got that long to wait. Around mid-November, they're releasing Update 7, and within that, they're going to bring VR controller support. For me, this is a game changer, and it's really going to add additional immersion, although I would also like to see hand tracking maybe in the future. Ultra Wings 2, that's releasing early 2022, but it is promising a 40 to 60 hours worth of gameplay. Now this game is of course nothing like Microsoft's Flight Simulator, it's an arcade flight style game, which is of course nothing like reality. There are combat missions which will include dogfights, bomb interceptions and convoy destruction. Whilst doing all of this, you can collect stuff in the sky just to gain some extra points. With 5 unique aircrafts, 3 times the gameplay of the original and brand new islands, you can expect an all thrills fun game. No prices yet known, but apparently will be available on the PC VR and Quest 2. I'm not sure about you, but I'm going to be interested in giving this one a go. I just pray my VR legs can cope. Rec Room has been provided a super cool update recently called Rec Rally. You may have seen our recent Rec Room recommendations video too. If not, go and check that out by clicking the link above. So this update's available now. It released on the 29th of September. This game comes with cross-play support, so Rec Room is the game which keeps on giving. With a ton of funding provided, it keeps producing more and more content. Rec Rally is just another piece to that very big pie. Word of warning on this one though, do not push yourself. Motion sickness will likely occur, so make sure you take some breaks. For me, one of the great parts about this add-on is it now means the community can also start building more content, which now means it can contain vehicles. And that should be a lot of fun. So as promised at the beginning of the video, I said I'd give you some news about what Canon is bringing to the VR world. Well, Canon is getting into VR content creation, and for me this is something that actually is of particular interest. For example, in the future, I think I would like to see videos that I'm creating today be played more inside VR than on a mobile phone. This will mean wanting to film more in 180 or 360. Well, Canon is joining the party and introduced a 180-degree stereoscopic lens to support that VR content creation. The RF 5.2 f2.8 dual fisheye lens brings VR to the Canon EOS series. They pitched that this is the world's first interchangeable lens that shoots stereoscopic 3D in 180 degrees. And it's all being shot to a single processor. It outputs a single image file for convenient VR workflow, and if like me you've ever done editing in 360 or 180, you know this should be a bit of a game changer. Now it is worth noting that this is a prosumer level piece of kit and the price tag matches. An eye-watering $2,099, your bank balance is going to take a hit, and that is only for the lens, not the body. But for VR content creators, this is going to be a bit of a must buy. For you amateurs out there, then stick with your cheaper 360 cameras for now. Sadly, the audience is quite tiny still for viewing content of this nature. I predict this will change over time and hopefully doesn't suffer the same fate that 3D movies did. Well, that's everything from me. Hopefully that was of use to you, and as you can see, some fun things either just released or very shortly will be releasing. VR does just keep heating up and there's a ton of things coming our way. Hope you enjoyed the video and are keeping well. See you in the next one.